So you want to start investing, but there are some situations when it might not be the best idea. Most of these are just temporary, but there's an important one at the end which is more about your psychology and whether it's going to work for you in general. Okay, first of all, if you've got high interest debts like loans or credit cards which you're not paying off every month, it's probably not going to be the best idea to start investing just yet. This is because those debts will probably cost you more in interest than you'll earn on your investments. An investment portfolio could grow around 7 to 10% per year on average, but if you've got a credit card charging you over 20 or even 30% in interest per year, you can see how this doesn't work out in your favour. I want to mention here though that not all debts are bad. For example, things like mortgages or some student loans are typically low rate, in which case you could earn more with an investment portfolio, or they generally have a good deal about them, or maybe you're just not allowed to pay them off early, so it's definitely worth checking. I'm mostly talking about things like bank loans or maybe overdrafts or definitely credit cards, which if you're carrying a balance on those things and they have a high rate of interest, it's usually worth paying those off first. So basically, you want to ask yourself, do you have debts that are high interest and that you can pay off early without incurring a large fee? If so, you should probably focus on doing that before you consider investing your money. The next question to ask yourself is, do you have an emergency or rainy day fund set up? This is basically just some cash put aside for unexpected expenses like car repair or if you find yourself between jobs. A common recommendation is to have around 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, and it should be in an instant access cash savings account, so if anything unexpected happens, you have that safety net. If you don't have an emergency fund yet, but you do have some money to start putting aside, then it's a good idea to build one before you start investing. Once you have a few months cash saved, then you can stop adding to it and start investing after that. People often wonder if they should invest things like house deposits or wedding or holiday funds. And the answer is, if you're planning to spend the money within the next 5 years or so, a high interest savings account is going to be a safer place to put it. This is called your time horizon. If you need the money soon, you have a short time horizon, and investing is better suited to a longer time horizon, around a minimum of about 5 to 10 years. Why? Well, investments take time to grow and can be quite volatile from year to year. Some years the stock market has a negative return, and you don't want to be in a position when you have to take out your money at a time when it's worth less than what you put in. So if you're going to need your cash soon, investing is not the way to go. The next point is aimed at anyone looking to get rich overnight. Investing, at least when done sensibly, is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a long-term strategy for building wealth. So if you're looking for quick returns, you are likely to be disappointed. Investing safely takes patience, discipline, and you have to be willing to ride out the ups and downs of the market. How can you get rich overnight? Well, if there was a predictable way to do that, everyone would be doing it. So if anyone's trying to tell you how, they're probably trying to sell you something which you probably don't want. Okay, so you get the point by now that the stock market doesn't grow consistently from year to year. It fluctuates up and down. So if you can't bear the thought of ever seeing your numbers go down, investing might not be the one for you. The stock market can be a roller coaster, and even the best investments go through rough times. So if you can't handle some uncertainty, it's probably best to stick to a high interest savings account for now. A lot of people struggle with this. A really common mistake is that someone invests money, sees their investment go down a small amount, and cannot deal with that. They panic and imagine it just going down forever, eventually losing all their money. So what do? They sell it, taking their money out, even though it's now worth less than before. So at least it can't go down any further, right? Unfortunately, that's usually the worst thing you can do in that situation. I'm going to explain why in this next video.